Are you ready for an adventure?
Welcome to Stampbook Discoveries, where you can find miniature pieces of art on postage stamps.
Where we can learn about history and the world.
If you like scenes with far-off places,
Or if you like cities and parks.
you can find just about any scene on postage stamps.
And stamps have been printed all around the world since the 1800s.
I hope you will join us on our Stampbook Discoveries.
If you hit the like and subscribe button on our YouTube channel, we will continue to make new episodes for you to enjoy.
Stay tuned for our first episode.
Remember to like and subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Welcome back, everyone. In our first episode of Stampbook Discoveries, we are starting right here in Great Britain.
Great Britain is an island country that sits between the North Atlantic Ocean and the North Sea.
It is located next to Ireland and close to the coast of France, which is in Europe.
Great Britain is also the country that printed the first ever adhesive postage stamp way back in 1840. It is called the penny black.
The penny black featured a lovely profile of Queen Victoria. She was the Queen from 1837 until 1901, and she was the great-grandmother of the recent Queen Elizabeth II of Great Britain.
As you discover more stamps from around the world, you will find that many stamps were printed with the images of the queens and the kings of Great Britain.
The stamp we are sharing today is from the 1950s. It is a 2 1/2 penny stamp with the profile of Queen Elizabeth II.
Her Majesty became the Queen of the United Kingdom and 6 other Commonwealth countries in 1952, when she was just 25 years old.
The letter D on the stamp is for the word definitive. This referred to these stamps as being regular issue stamps, used to pay for everyday postage.
There were about 50 million people that lived just in the United Kingdom in 1950. They would have needed to print millions of stamps every year so that people could mail their letters.
Also, they printed the stamps in a variety of colors like carmine red, orange red, light brown, blue, green, and deep lilac, and other colors. A specific color matched each stamp's specific value.
These stamps were also known as the Wilding stamps. At that time, Mrs. Dorothy Wilding was the photographer who photographed the profile of Queen Elizabeth II.
That photograph became the image printed on all the definitive stamps. In our Stampbook Discoveries, we found many of these definitive stamps. On these stamps, you can see various marks called cancellations. There are some cancellations that are light, and they still allow you to see the artistry in the stamp design.
While other marks show a purposeful cancellation, which can be called an obliteration. These can have with a smear or large smudge on the stamp.
It is interesting to see a clear cancellation with the date and part of the location. With a search for cancellations, it can be like a treasure hunt to find out where this stamp had been and when it once was in history. This stamp was in Dungannon, Northern Ireland, possibly in 1956.
Some words can be hard to pronounce, and we are learning unfamiliar words and places, which can be fun. If you search the history of Dungannon, you will discover that it once had a castle built in the 14th century by the O'Neills.
We encourage you to learn more about the places that your stamps are from and when they were used. They are like little time capsules of history that we can research. You can see who or what was on the stamp and why it might have been important at that time.
Did you know that there are over 40 ancient castles in Ireland? Each one could have a story to learn about it.
Another curious fact about stamps is that there are a few that are valuable for one reason or another. When you start to look at and collect postage stamps, you will notice how many are like miniature pieces of art, and each has its own inherent value, even if they are not the most expensive stamps in the world.
One reason that many stamps are just for collecting is that millions and millions of stamps were printed in the last 184 years or so. Since the penny black stamp, more than one person could count.
If you are just starting a stamp collection, or if you have inherited a stamp collection from a family member, this is a fun hobby that can help you to learn about history and the world.
We are going to open some more pages in our stamp books and discover another interesting stamp to share with you soon.
If you would like to be a part of the Stampbook Discoveries Stamp Club and you are interested in one of these stamps from Great Britain, we might still have some available for sale while supplies last. We will place a link on the YouTube channel if you want to look at what stamps are available.
We hope you enjoyed episode 1 of Stampbook Discoveries.
Ellie and I will be preparing another episode soon for you to enjoy. Remember to like and subscribe.
Join us again to see what adventure Tom and I have found in our Stampbook Discoveries.